Hey guys, Brad M73 here. Welcome to Star Citizen. And I actually haven't done a Star Citizen video in a very long time, but now that 3.0 is out, or 3.0.1 is the current version I'm on, I wanted to jump in and kind of show you guys, if you're interested in the game, what you need to get, to do to get started in the game. And of course, I've got some details down in the video description. You can go to robertspaceindustries.com to sign up for a package, which right now is $45 US. And if you want the single player Squadron 42 when it gets released, it's an additional $20, so it'd be $65 total. Now, right now, there's basically three game modes. There's Arena Commander, Star Marine, and the Universe. I'll start off with Star Marine because it's the simplest to describe. Basically, it's like a first-person shooter, but right now there's not too many people playing it, but you can still go in and run around and shoot guns and kind of, if you meet some people and you're like, hey, let's play some Star Marine, you can usually put a game together pretty easily. Arena Commander is kind of the same thing except with ships. And I'm just going to open this really quick so that we can take a look at the menu and hopefully see the type of game modes there are. So there's multiplayer, single player, and private. Single player is obviously you going in and you can practice your dogfighting skills and racing skills against AI. Private is basically like, you and your friends can have your own private dogfighting matches and things like that. And in multiplayer, is just kind of like open to anybody who's also has Star Citizen. There's a few game modes. There's like Battle Royale, Free Flight, where you can just go in and I don't think you can actually blow anybody up in this one. There's actually a racing mode, Pirate Swarm, and Vandal Swarm. This is basically just where you get swarmed with oncoming waves of bad guys, and then Squadron Battle, where you have to destroy the other team's squadron. So you can customize your ship. There are leaderboards right now, but I won't go into that. Mainly what everybody's playing right now, though, is the Universe mode, and that's what I'm going to get into in this episode. You've got your hangars, which you can get different hangars depending on the ships that you purchase, but mainly everybody is playing the spaceport mode or the the Universe mode. Persistent Universe is what it is known as. So we're going to visit the Persistent Universe, and I'll show you guys kind of how to get started. Okay. So when we first spawn into the game, we're actually laying down in a bed, waking up from cryo sleep or just regular sleep, who knows. And I've got my armor on. This is actually not the armor that you start off with, but you can buy armor and weapons in the game, which is kind of cool. But we're here in our little hotel room. You can see the bed in the background. Little table there, and to go out the door, there's not like just an interact button. You actually have to hit the F key to open up this little option to allow you to open up the doors. So we're going to do that really quick, and we're in the hallway, kind of in I guess the Easy Hab, which is kind of a hotel, maybe a hostel, and we are in Port Olisar, which is a big, gigantic space station. And we'll run downstairs because this is where all the main stuff happens. And you can see signs to some of the different landing decks. And this is kind of like the main terminal area where we can go and we can call up all of our ships at the ship retrieval console. So let's go ahead and use this. Now I've got several different ships that I have access to. I've got the Anvil Hornet F7C, which is like a really cool fighter. The Kruger P-52 Merlin. This is actually like a snub fighter. It's a very small fighter that actually will dock with the constellation Andromeda or the constellation Aquila, or Aquila. I'm not sure how you say that. I say Aquila though, so that's just me. The Aurora MR, now this is my original starter ship. I haven't actually upgraded it or anything like that, so I still have it. And then I also have the Ursa Rover, which actually comes with the Constellation Aquila if you decide to purchase one of the more expensive ships. So I am going to choose my Aquila, and we'll retrieve that. And it's delivered to one of the landing pads, so pad A10. And then to get out of this screen, you just move the mouse to look away. Now, before I go out to pad A10, which is going to be right over here, you can see the landing pad. I want to kind of bring your attention to this desk right here and the trading and shipping consoles. Now this is where you can actually go in and buy and sell goods. And in order to do that, you have to select a location, and we're going to select our Constellation Aquila. Now you can also select ships that you have not retrieved, but I'm going to select this, and then we could, I'm not going to do it right here, but we could actually go in and buy some of these resources to trade with other colonies. And so we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But this is where a lot of the magic is currently happening. And these are actually other players running around. Unfortunately, they don't have... Let's see if I can wave to them. Oh, you ran away. Okay. I can't do it right now. But we also have like things like clothing stores we can go in. We can buy shoes and shirts and jackets and pants and baseball caps. Hello! Baseball caps here. We got pants over here. So if you're just running around on one of the space stations or ground stations, you can do that. There's also the Dumpers Depot, where apparently you can buy, sell, and trade different things. I actually personally have not looked into this. Let's see, what is this that we're trying to buy? A typical, or item type is a power plant. So I'm not exactly sure what that is for, but I'm not going to really buy any of this stuff. But there's all different kinds of things that you can purchase. And I don't know, maybe you can actually take them to different places and... Welcome to the store. Hello. And sell them for a profit. I don't know. I have not actually even tried that. Let's see. Where are we again? If we go over here, we've got... Oh, that's Dumpers Depot. Oh, that's the other place. Okay. So we need to go down this direction, I think. There, we can go back up to the upper decks again, back up to where the sleeping chambers are. We have Garrity Defense. Now these doors, for whatever reason, open, when you approach them. Now here we've got all the different spacesuits that are, I guess, currently in the game. There will probably be more down the road. This is actually the one that I'm wearing right now, and it kind of looks like the Master Chief from Halo. This one kind of does too. This one maybe to a lesser degree. But you can actually go and you can, if I want to see like what this one looks like, we can actually try the suit on. And I can rotate my guy around. So this is my character here. And we can, look left and right, which is kind of cool. We can headbang. Okay. But that's kind of how that works. And then, actually, to equip them, that's the wrong screen. We'll get to that in a moment. We open up our little wrist computer here, the Moby Glass, and we can click on our character down here and go into armor, and we can actually see all the different pieces of armor. So you've got the head, the chest, the arms, and the legs. There's weapons, there's utility things like grenades and med pens and things like that. A lot of the stuff is not integrated into the universe mode yet, so yeah. Another thing too is if you have a mouse wheel, you can see I'm walking really slow. But if I scroll my mouse wheel forward, I actually walk faster, and then obviously if you hold down shift, you can run. And if you want to walk slower, again, just roll your mouse backwards, and you can walk more slowly. So let's get out to our ship. We're on landing pad 10A, and we've got to go through the airlock, which is currently pressurized, so we can walk right in. We come up to this little panel here, we press that, and it's going to depressurize the airlock so that we can walk out into the vacuum of space. And here we can see my Constellation Aquila. And I tell you guys, I just bought this like a week ago, and it's like way bigger than I thought it was ever going to be. I mean, this thing is a monster. Now here is our Merlin snub fighter right up here on the bottom. You can see the P52 Merlin logo on there. Currently, it's not integrated. We can't actually undock this, but if we want to fly it around, we can actually retrieve it from the central computers and fly it around to test. Now you will notice from time to time that the graphics seem to be a little bit jittery or jumpy. That's because it is still early alpha, and they have not done major optimization passes, as I'm sure they will way down the road when the game is ready to go full on version 1.0. So let's come up here, and we're going to hold our F key down. We're going to call the elevator. And this is Port Olisar, the space station. We'll just jump up here onto the pad. Again, we're going to use our F button to go up. You can see it where it says go up. Whoa! And we are up in the ship. Now we've got some lockers and things like that we can actually open up. They don't really have a use as of right now, but apparently down the road you're going to be able to put supplies and weapons and things like that into them. We've got our shower. I don't know where the toilet is though, so I don't know. I guess just kind of poop in the shower and hope for the best. Step on it, try to wash it all down the drain. This is our cargo bay. We can actually fit the Ursa rover inside the cargo bay, so if we want to take it from like one planet to the other, we can do that. Unfortunately, because we're on the space station, we can't actually call it up. But we can open the door there, and that'll lower down so that we can load cargo. I'll go ahead and close that. That is so cool. We also have some airlocks on either side of the ship, so we can open these up, if we wanted to go outside. And as you can see, it kind of turned black because there's still some texture issues. Over on the other side, you can see a couple player ships over there. I think that I'm not sure exactly what this one is, but that looks like a Freelancer over there, so that's kind of cool, the back of it. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to close the door, seal it back up. Now now we're in the very back of the ship, and there's a bunch of power plants and gravity generators and all kinds of things. This is actually where we'll eventually be able to go to get into the snub fighter. This is actually the cockpit of the snub fighter right here. So again, that's not working, unfortunately, but maybe soon, maybe with 3.1. I'm not sure if it'll be working with 3.1 or not. 3.1 actually just did get released, I think last week, but it's going to be about a week or two before it's going to be available to everybody. I think it's only like concierge and subscribers. So here we have the bridge, and we've got our pilot seat in the center and the two co-pilot seats on the right and left. Right here we have the lower turret and the upper turrets, which you can get into, and if you've got friends to come along with you, they can jump in the turrets to try to fight off pirates or other players if you're outside of a restriction zone. And so now we are in our cockpits, and I also hit F to highlight the pilot seat and actually click on it to enter the pilot seat. Once again, we're going to hit F. We're going to go down here to the right, where we have several different options, and it kind of depends on where you point your mouse. Open exterior just means it's going to open up the main cargo hold and the little elevator. Press to unlock means that you can unlock your ship so that other players in the gaming world can interact with your ship, fly your ship, jump into the pilot seats or into the turrets and be able to operate those. Engine on and off just turns the engine on or off, and then power on just turns the general power of the whole ship on. Flight ready turns both power and the engines on. So we're going to do that.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries.
And before we take off, I'm going to hit F2 to bring up my little wrist computer again, and we are going to look at the map mode. Now right here is Crusader, that's the planet that we're around, and Crusader has several different orbiting. We've got some communications arrays, the Cry Astro service station, this is where you can go to repair your vehicle if it gets damaged, and we also have some moons like Selen, Daymar, and Yela. And I think there's even another one if we zoom out a little bit further, and Delamar, that you can go to for trading or just if you want to explore around. Now, if we zoom out even further, we are at this, we've got our full solar system view. This is the Stanton system, and there's 2 other planets that unfortunately we can't access those yet. As you can see, if we click on one, and we try to set a destination, it will set the destination, but if you actually try to go and warp over to it, it'll actually say that it's out of range. So we're going to concentrate on Crusader, and we're going to zoom in here, and we're going to go to Yela, set the destination, golly, I can't speak today. Set the destination. We want to see that green bar there, and it's going red and green because the space station's most likely in the way. So we're going to hit F2, and we're going to hit the space bar to take off, and then we're going to hit the N key to bring up our landing gear. And now on the WASD panel, we're going to hit W to move forward, and we're actually moving forward. Now I can hit the F key also and look around if I need to. And using the mouse, I just have mouse and keyboard set up right now, but probably once we get better joystick controls, I'll probably use my Cytec X52 Pro. Gee, mini, I really can't talk today. So once we get lined up with Yela, we can hold the B key down for a few seconds. That will spool up our quantum drive, which is like the warp drive, I guess you could say. And boom! We are on our way to Yela. We can look around. Oh, here we come up to the planet. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find the arc core mining area, which is way over here, 474 kilometers. Let's see, how far away? That's 830 to the outer marker 3. So let's go ahead and warp over to that, because we'll be a little bit closer to the mining facility. Okay. Now, if you guys have played games like Elite Dangerous and you're familiar with interdictions, you can be interdicted in this game as well. Let's see, arc core mine. Okay, there we go. So let's go full throttle, and I'm going to use Q and E to roll the ship, and then we're going to hold down the shift button to go. You can see just above. Let's see here, right up here, meters per second. We're going to get up to our max speed, which is just below 1,000 meters per second. And then it'll take us, 5 minutes or so to actually cruise down to the planet surface. Now, one of the things that really, really amazed me about this game was, if we look down at the planet surface, we see all these little nooks and crannies and valleys and lake beds and all kinds of things. Those are actually there. That's not just a texture that you see while you're in orbit. So, if we want to go down to this little dry lake bed down here, we can actually fly down there and it will be there, which is, you know, what absolutely blew my mind straight out of the water when I started playing the Persistent Universe again a few weeks ago. Now, obviously, if you guys are just starting off and you just buy the base starter package for $45 or $65 to get the Squadron 42, you're going to start off with one of two ships. You're going to get the Aurora MR, and then I always forget the name of the other ship, but it's definitely on the website. It's more, the other ship is a little bit more of a fighter. I think it has less cargo or possibly no cargo space. But in this ship, we've got a lot of cargo space, and this is what I'm gonna do on this run for you guys. Is I'm just basically doing like a normal cargo run, and we're gonna go pick up some cargo, and we're gonna take it back to All-Star Station, and we're gonna sell it. And in the meantime, I can hit F1. My current balance, if you can see. Over on the left is 171,317 UEC, which is the credits. It's actually a UEC, which means it's alpha credits, which means every time they restart the servers or upgrade to a new version, you lose all your money and you have to start over from like 5,000, or if you've purchased more off the start, you'd have to start with obviously much less money. Let's see. There's a lot of different things you can do. Hello. With your computer, and I'm not sure why I'm not getting the cursor. Let's bring this back up again. Huh, the cursor's not working. Maybe it's because I'm sitting down in my seat. That might. I'm going to say yes, that's it. Now, I am going to say something right now. This is not a complete game. It's not even remotely close to a complete game. There are tons of bugs. There's bugs that sometimes you encounter. Sometimes some are repeatable, some are not. Some will drive you absolutely insane. And to somebody who's wanting a completed game experience, Star Citizen is probably not your game. But if you're interested in just getting into the game, tooling around, exploring what is available, as well as spending the money to support the further development, then maybe this is a game for you. Me personally, I absolutely love it. We have this little white globe down here at the bottom. This is actually representing the planet, and I think there's actually a way to, let's see here, yeah, to get that off. There we go, because it really blocks your view. So we're a little bit more than halfway to the mining area. Coming into the planet. It's just so cool to see, or to watch the surface of the planet getting closer and closer and closer. And see, in the meantime, if you've got your buddies with you, you could be shooting the breeze, talking about what you're going to do next, maybe fighting off some pirates. It's, who knows? Make a little course correction here. And I want my course to be slightly above the horizon. There we go. And I'm going to hold the shift button down again so that we don't continue to decelerate, even though we're still continuing to decelerate. It takes it a while. It takes it, the larger ships a little while to actually shift course. Okay, there we go. Did not want to do that. There we go. And we can rotate the ship. Whee! probably don't want to do that in VR though, because you'll end up spewing chunks all over the carpet. Or maybe you have a tile floor, or linoleum, or wood. You still don't want to blow chunks all over your floor. So as we start to get closer, I am going to bring our speed down. I haven't really perfected my landing, so chances are we're going to overshoot like I usually do. I'm also going to hold the control key to kind of start pushing us down. There's actually thrusters on the outside. You can actually see them kind of on the left and right there, actually kind of pushing us downward a little bit. Oh, this is so awesome. Okay, now we're down to our normal maximum speed of 190 meters per second. Now, I don't know, supposedly, we're going to be able to upgrade things like engines and weapons and things like that. So I don't know if we're going to be able to eventually push our ship, a little bit further. But that would be so awesome if we can. Now, the reason why you want to be down to your 190 meters per second is if you're, using the overthrust, I'm going to call it overthrust, the thrusters above this, it can take a lot longer for your ship to slow down and change course, and that can, result in a crash, which obviously is not good. Okay, less than 5 kilometers. Once I get down to about 2,000 meters, I'll probably, we're going to deploy the landing gear. I'll just do it once we come over the ridge here. So our landing gear is coming out, and that's going to restrict our speed down to about 50 meters per second, and I don't think I can use my thrusters. There I can see the 2 landing pads, and I'm going to land on this one to the left. And then I'm going to turn in towards the pad while using my D key to kind of strafe out to the right. There is no auto land feature as of yet. I don't know if that's going to be something available down the road. It might be. And once we're fairly comfortable, kind of move up a little bit further. Just take your time. I think right about here is pretty good. Line up with the horizon, and then just kind of I tap the control key so I don't go down and really bang into the ground super hard. There we go. Once we're down, though, I do want to come down here. I want to just turn the engines off. I want to keep the power to the rest of the ship on, but I want to, turn the thrusters off. To get out of the seat, you can hit or hold H for, a second or so. The H button. And then we're going to run out. We're going to climb down here. Now, getting onto the ladder is just here's one of the bugs right here. So you can see there's obviously a texture bug. But we're going to open up our cargo bay and move ahead. And we're going to run over here and we're going to buy some cargo. Whee! Oh, okay. Sometimes you get stuck on the door here. So we're going to press that to cycle the airlock. And we're going to go in here. There's not really too much to do. I don't know if any of this stuff is purchasable. To find out, you just hold your F key down and different things will light up, but I don't see anything lighting up. So we're going to go to the trade and shipping console. We're going to use this console. Select our location, the constellation Aquila. And we're going to buy a couple different things here. We're going to buy Laurinite first. We're going to buy as much as we possibly can. So we'll spend about 20,000 UECs. You can see a UEC there. Got it. And it's just saying the transaction is succeeded and they're being loaded, essentially. Up here, it's kind of hard to see because of the reflection. Now, you can't actually move around even while you're in the menu here. We're going to, max out the barrel that we can get. So we've bought as much as we can of that. And then I'm going to just top it out with titanium. This is going to use all the rest of the room in the cargo hold. All right. So let's go back out to the ship and see what we've got. Now I could go over to this this other little outpost over here. Let's try this really quick. Oh no, we have somebody. Oh no, maybe he's taken off. I just want to see if I can get my rover to spawn in. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to give it a try, though. Since we're here, right? Come on, go in. There we go. There is our Asus rover. And looks like we're going to be able to retrieve it. I hope. Oh, there it is. Sweet! This is like only the second time I've been able to retrieve it because it's been bugged for so long. It's just, one of those things. I'm sure, once they, work on more bugs and, release newer versions, they're going to squash all these bugs. And why am I stuck? Please tell me the server didn't just go down. Ah. So we can jump on here. Why can't I get into the door? Can I? Come on, use it. What the heck? It should just open right up. That's weird. Oh, we can set down in our seat here, which I don't really want to do, but here's the back of the Ursa at least. The heck? All right. Where am I? Oh, okay. Oh, now it opens. All right. It might have been because this other ship here was landing. And just like everything else, we got to turn everything on. And now we can go cruising. Oh, or not. Come on! You can't get over that little rock? Ooh, that's pretty cool. Screenshot. Whoa. Power slide. All right, well, let's not mess around too much. Now, if the cargo bay was empty, we could actually drive the Ursa up onto the ship, which would be totally awesome. But since that's not what we're going to do, let's go ahead and get out of here. And we'll just leave this guy here, and it'll automatically be, you know, retrieved by the, I don't know, local authorities here, I guess. So let's go up inside this way, and you can see all of the cargo containers here. Now, if you only just buy a few, you know, a few bits of cargo, there might only be like 1 or 2 of these cases here. So it's kind of cool when you get like a full, hello. When you get a full load of cargo, it's pretty awesome. And yeah, it's going to be kind of buggy right here. Sometimes it works great, other times not so much, but our cargo is raising up into the cargo. There we go. See, there it is. Sometimes it works great. Like the other day, it was working perfectly. And then today, nah, not so much. But that is what, you know, that's all part of the, you know, the alpha process. You know, you go alpha, beta, and then full release. Beta is once basically all the major design elements are in the game, and they just start doing all the bug polishing and, you know, smaller feature additions. Oh, here we've got this again. Here we are. So let's get the engines turned on.
Engines are on.
And we're going to hold the space button down. And I'm just going to hover a little bit. And we're going to bring up our navigation screen again here. And we're going to rotate it around so I can see where Port Olisar is. I just saw it there. There it is. And we're going to select that destination. Bring up our landing gear. And then, oh no. Let's see. My location, radar scale. Here we go. All right. So where is... Okay, there's Port Olisar. Sometimes it's obstructed and you actually have to fly around the planet. And I think the only reason it's obstructed is we're still down in the pseudo-atmosphere of this planet that we're on. So we want to get up above it far enough that it's going to allow us to warp over there. And it'll turn, the little line will turn green and it won't say obstructed anymore. And I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head how high we have to go to make that happen. Come on, nah. – 22,000 meters. Is it 30,000? No. Ah, there we go. So now we're out, yeah. Above about 30,000 meters, you get out of the atmosphere, and then you're all good to go. We'll line up with Port Olisar. We're going to hold the B button down. Spooling drive. Boom. Alright, so here comes Port Olisar. We're going to slow down a little bit, and I'm going to hit F again. We're going to go over here to Menu, Comms, and then we're going to choose the Port Olisar landing request.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Now, to see what your assigned landing bay is, why am I not slowing down? There we go. Now we slow down. Always turn away from the station, too, guys. Once we... Let's go ahead and try to stop here. I'm going to lower my landing gear. Oh, gosh. I'm totally looking like a noob doing this. But once you deploy your landing gear, you should see one of the landing pads light up green. And it'll have like a little arrow underneath it. Not down there. Where's my pad? And sometimes it doesn't show up either. Oh, there it is. I swear I looked down here and I didn't see it before. So we're just going to go out and we're going to swing around a little bit. What am I going to collide with? Not going to collide with anything. What are they talking about? Yeah. Why am I going so fast?
Landing gear raised.
No. Why did I just go up to max speed again? What the heck is going on here?
Landing gear deployed.
Why?
Landing gear raised.
I'm just gonna say bugs.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, there's our landing pad. There we go. And again, it's something you don't want to rush because you can crash your ship and damage it, break off wings or landing gear, and it's not very expensive to repair your ship in alpha. It's usually like 10 credits or something like that, but I'm sure once the game goes live, it's going to be way more expensive. All right. Set her down ever so gently.
Landing complete.
Okay. Now this time we're going to go ahead and power everything off.
Have a pleasant stay.
Hit H to get up out of the seat. Okay. Whoops. Sometimes I click on the elevator twice and Look at that monster. I mean, it's massive. I literally did not think this ship was going to be this big. And there's other, there's other player ships. There's one over there. And, sometimes when the server's really busy, you'll see people coming and going all over the place, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go in and sell our cargo. And, I'm frozen again. Just for a second. Yay! So that's kind of it. That's like the main kind of thing that you can do in Star Citizen right now. If you've got different ships, you can, play around with those. We're back here in the trading console. I'm just going to go to sell. Actually, I should have done that first. Constellation Aquila, and here we have all of our ores or items that we can sell. These are all minerals, I get. Well, 2 minerals and a metal. So we paid about $20,000 for this. We're making $43,000, which is pretty good. Basically doubling. Wow, look at that, $45,000. Basically, more than doubling our money on all of these. So, let's see how much we have now. 200 and almost 230 UECs. So I don't know what that would buy in the real game, but pretty cool stuff. So that's it. If you're interested in getting into Star Citizen, go to robertspaceindustries.com. Again, the link is down in the video description. If you have any questions for me regarding Star Citizen or just the game in general, please post them down in the comment section. If you want to see more Star Citizen, don't forget to hit the like button, and please subscribe for this and many more videos. Guys, I am Bradham73, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.